Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of Bash scripting with Unix-like operating systems. In this episode, we are going to see how to create the programs with if statement. It is actually very easy, and for this entire section, I'm going to use an IDE known as gedit. So no hub. So we have already seen how to install all these IDEs when we learned the basic commands for Linux. Okay. So I'm not actually going to repeat how we installed that IDE. You can check the relevant episodes. I have already mentioned the link to that relevant episode in the description section down below. So no hub gedit and ampersand. And if I hit enter, it is going to open that gedit. Okay. So here we have the gedit and I have already changed the preferences. Let me show you how to do that. Go to the triple bar here and go to the preferences. And here you have the fonts and colors preferences. You can actually choose the theme, or as they call it, scheme. And you can even change the editor font. So I have done all the customization and now we are ready to roll. Let us say hash exclamation mark /bin /bash. If, okay, so before if statement, I'm going to input an integer, echo, please enter an integer. And I will say read a GT100, then echo the number is greater than 100, and finally fi. That's it. So this is a very simple program and I'm going to save it now. Let us see how we can save it. So here is the save button, I guess. Oh, it's new button actually. So how to save it? Okay, so here we have the save button. So I'm not actually familiar with the IDE, or sorry, this text editor, and we are actually going to explore all these text editors as we go ahead in the shell scripting. So I'm myself planning to find the most awesome tool for our shell scripting. Okay, and we are going to save it in the Raspberry Pi. So it is actually showing us the view of the Pi folder, and I'm going to name it as prog05.sh. So let's actually change the size of this because it is occupying too much area in the screen. And if I hit enter, it is going to save it accordingly. Okay, so now it is recognizing that it is a shell script and it is actually highlighting the code. So it is actually a precursor to an IDE. It won't be totally wrong to call it an IDE. It is not actually an IDE because it doesn't have the facility to compile and execute, but this is a very good editor. Now let us go ahead and minimize this. Let's change the permissions and save it. Okay, we have already saved it. Let's change the permissions and execute it. prog05.sh 4. Okay, so let us see what the program says. So if the entered integer is greater than 100, then only it is going to act. Okay, and let us actually test all the cases. So I'm going to say 100. Okay, now let's execute it one more time and let us say 101. And if I hit enter, it should show us the number is greater than 100. So I have also introduced you to basic concept of testing. This is known as boundary value testing. Okay, so you actually check for all the values near the boundary of the given input range. So now let's say 10,000 or 1,000, and the program is working perfectly, flawlessly. Now let us see more of this thing, if statement. Okay, so this is only simple if. We can also add the else part, or we can even have the nested if. So I'm going to show you now how to have nested if. That is also very easy. CP prog05 prog06 dot sh. So we are just copying this prog05 to prog06 and we are going to open it with gedit. And okay, so I will go to the home directory and here I can find prog06. So basically it is going to be the same text. We just need to modify it as per our choice. And here I'm going to now have the nested if. So let us change the style of writing the if condition. $a %2 equals to 0. And let us close it actually by saying fi. And now let us write the then part, then. That's it. Okay. Echo. It is an even number. That's it. We are just actually checking whether that number is even or not in the nested if case. Now let us change the permissions and let's execute it. So I will say 10 and it shouldn't actually produce any output. Okay, so I think that we have made some mistake. Let us go ahead and debug it. Line number 6. Okay, let us try to debug this issue actually. So let me run this again. Okay, so we have debugged the issue. I don't know what the issue was, but it seems that the program is working perfectly now. And it actually happens sometimes when we work with open source. It is kind of difficult to debug the issue. Okay, and now let us check the boundary values and let us say 100. Let us say 101 and now let us say 102. Okay, and let us actually enter bigger numbers, 1000 and 10,000. So this is how we can use the nested if to check for the multiple conditions. Now we are going to check for the else condition and I will say cp prog06 prog07 dot sh and I will open this prog07 and let us actually write the else part of this. And here I'm just going to delete this nested if one. Okay, and here I will say else echo the number is less than or equal to 100. That's it. It's very easy actually. So we have just taken care of the else part and this is how the syntax looks like. Now I will again change the permissions and let's say prog07.sh. So I will just say 10 and the number is less than or equal to 100. Again, let's say 99, 100 and let's clear it and 101 and 102. Let's check all the possible conditions. 10,000. Okay, so the program works perfectly with the else condition. So this is how we can add the else part to our code of bash scripting. Now the next thing is we can even have, let us see what we can have. We can even have elif ladder. Okay, and that elif ladder is very, very interesting. I will just copy this, or from here we can also do save as thing. Let us see. Or if there is any option for save as, let me say. Okay, so I guess that there is no option for save as probably. Okay, we have save as option. Okay, I will save it as prog8.00 or prog08.sh. Okay, so that's it. So let us add the elif part, that is else if thing in our C and C++ programming. So I will say elif $a hyphen eq 100, and this is the elif part, and then and here I will say the number is equal to 100. Okay, equal to 100. That's it. So here we have the if part. Here we are checking if the number is greater than 100 and the number is equal to 100 in the elif part, and the remaining possibility is the number is less than 100. So we are not explicitly checking for it, but it is implied that, and don't worry about it, it is correct logic. So let's go ahead and save it. Is it saved already? We have to save the file before doing anything. And prog08.sh, and I will enter 10. The number is less than 100. Okay, and 99 less than 100, 100. Okay, so it says that command not found. Let us check what the problem could be. Okay, we have forgotten the echo part, so we will just say echo and let us save it again. And don't worry, let us try to execute that part again. 100, and yes, and let us say 101, 102, 105, 1000 and 10,000. So we are running all the possible test cases on our code so that we can confirm that the code is working flawlessly. So in this tutorial, we have learned a lot about if statement. We have written multiple programs that demonstrate us the capabilities of if, else, nested if, and elif ladder. So I hope that you are comfortable with the if statement and all of its children. Thanks a lot for watching this episode. Do let me know if you have any questions or queries in the episode in the comment section down below. Thanks a lot once again, and we will meet again in the next episode.